Hello there and a warm welcome to Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adinike Oweye Ajiboye. The Nigerian Senate has met behind closed doors with service chiefs on how to stop the proliferation of dangerous firearms, spate of killings by terrorists and kidnapping by hoodlums across the country. The meeting, which started several hours ago, presided over by Senate President Bukola Saraki, is still in progress. The Senate had summoned the National Security Advisor, NSA, Babagana Munguno, the Service Chief Controller General, Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, and Controller General, Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, to brief the Senate on how to stop arms proliferation across the country. The resolution to invite the Senate, the security chiefs, followed the unanimous adoption of a motion on proliferation of dangerous firearms in Nigeria, sponsored by Senator Suleiman Hunkoyi, representing Kaduna North. Senators took turns to decry what they described as the reign of terror in some parts of the country due to uncontrolled proliferation of firearms. We will bring you details in our subsequent bulletin. The lawmaker representing Delta Central Senatorial District, Senator Ovie Omo Agege, has appeared before the Joint Senate and House of Representatives other committees set up to investigate the invasion and mace snatching at the Senate chamber in April 18. Members of the panel questioned the lawmaker for the legal action against the legislature. During the investigation, the senator insisted he cannot answer questions from the committee on the basis that the matter is in court and that discussing it will amount to subjudice.
As a senator, consistent with the provisions of standing orders, I'm here to inform you that we've gone to court and the parties of the respondent to the suit that I commenced at the Federal High Court is the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President of the Senate, Senator Bala Ibn Hala.
I'm a party there.
Of course you are, sir. Along with all the members of the committee, the Clerk of the National Assembly, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Inspector General of Police, and the State Security Service. This action was commenced at the Federal High Court on the 21st day of May 2018, and I have before me proof of service to indicate that all of the parties I just enumerated have all been served. If you have not been served, we even have a proof of service in the office. I can make a copy available to you.
From my office, I have no problem with your action. I have no problem whether I am served or not served. But I think as a colleague, as a friend who is involved in the deepening of our democratic tenets, we should equally gauge the consequence of our action. I will, on my professional position, respect the fact that you are a lawyer, accept the fact that you have gone to court. I have equally read it on the paper that you have gone to court, but I have not been served. Just to put records straight that I have not been served. Accept your own copy, not as service, but for the purpose of putting records to sustain whatever action we take after that.
The Senate has set a standard. What was done to you in the beginning, you went to court and got an injunction. Not just the Senate, but people like me individually advocated that the Senate should respect the verdict of the court, which was very unusual in this country. Parties violate court orders, the executive arms violate court orders, but the Senate has set their precedent for that. On this issue, being invited to explain what your rules are and what you have not done, how many of us are here? What you say here will be part of your history. To stop this, you have the constitutional right to do that. to go to court and ask court for an injunction. But for me, I think you should know that you are part of Nigerian history by the actions you have taken.
As co-chairman of this committee, the Constitution did not give any provisions about stopping our processes by any legal means. That is, we quoted the various orders in various houses. I think looking at the Constitution and the provisions of the Constitution, we should proceed with this assignment.
In a submission, Commission of Police faulted the internal security apparatus attached to the National Assembly, who claimed that the video evidence from the CCTV is not available.
The CCTV is supposed to have captured the overall view of what happened from outside to inside. That would have solved the denial of some of these suspects, as well as whoever was alleged to have brought them on this matter, or on the incident that happened, to have been resolved. Because we would have seen how they came into the National Assembly, where they parked their vehicle, who are those that came up with the vehicle before they now moved in. All the interventions on the road before going to the Hello Chamber would have been conveyed, and we would have assessed and then corroborate whatever evidences we had, strengthen the case if it finally goes on prosecution. But we made that observation. Second aspect is that the internal security of the Hello Chamber were left in the hands of the sergeant at arms, which ordinarily, for avoidance of this type of situation, at least there should be other security outfits that can reinforce them immediately when they assist.
The committee chairman, however, charged the police to unravel the local factors that led to the invasion and also lay recommendations to ensure that such acts never happen again. On April 18, the Delta federal lawmaker allegedly brought in thugs to remove the Senate maze during plenary and was suspended for 90 legislative days, which was overturned by the court. And our President Muhammadu Buhari has met with a delegation from the Senate over the face-off between Senate President Bukola Saraki and the Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris. The delegation meeting held behind closed doors inside the President's office was led by the Senate leader Ahmed Lawan. Other members of the team were Chief Whip Olusola Adeyeye, Minority Leader Godswell Akpabio, Danjuma Goje, Sam Anyang, Aliyu Wamako, Fatima Rajirasaki, and Oluremi Tinubu. You'll recall that the Senate had last week set up a 9-member committee to meet the president over an allegation that the IG was trying to implicate the president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has given commercial motorcycle riders in Onitsha and Oka till July 1 to vacate the two sectors. The directive, which was contained in a statement and signed by his Chief Press Secretary James Eze, said the order followed a resolution by the Anambra Executive Council after a meeting held on Tuesday. The ultimatum is part of the overall strategy adopted by the state government to deepen its crackdown on crime and restore sanity to Onitsha and Oka. The governor also directed residents living on the banks of River Niger to vacate before August 1. In our security matters, the Catholic Mission in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, has protested against incessant killings and attacks in some parts of the country. The protest coincided with the burial of the 2 priests and 17 worshippers who were killed by suspected herdsmen at a Catholic church in Benue State on April 24.
Let's go.
Speaking with journalists, the communication director in Abuja, Catholic Archdiocese Reverend Patrick Alumuku, said that the protest is in solidarity with those killed in Benue State.
The killings must stop. It is Abacha who once said that if a government sees killings going on in the nation for 48 hours and does not stop it, then government itself is involved in it. And so there is a finger pointing towards the government, because this killing has gone on for not 48 hours, and not for 86 hours or 9, it has gone on for months and months. And we want these killings to come to an end. We want a stop to the killings. The many deaths that we have experienced in this nation is completely unacceptable. It is unjustifiable, and it does not lead to good governance. And therefore, we want to say to this government that as everybody is saying, enough is enough. I don't think those are strong words. So we are praying for peace.
And in a related development, the same protests were staged in Edo State against the incessant killings of Catholics in the country. The Catholic protesters condemned the attacks on Christians, calling on the federal government to arrest the situation with immediate effect.
As a very peaceful protest stroke rally, first of all, trying to work alongside with the priests and the Catholic faithful that were killed in the church in Benue State. Today is their funeral. Many bishops are there with them for that ceremony. All over the country, in solidarity, we are protesting against that inhuman feeling and killing that took place right there in Benue. Besides that, we are using the opportunity to say that life is sacred, that nobody has rights to take life.
Chairman of Ikpoba Oka Local Government Council Development Area in Edo State, Eric Osayode, says dance is an important vehicle to propagate the culture of Edo State people. Osayode disclosed this at the inaugural ceremony of the Oba Eware Secondary School Cultural Dance Competition in Edo State, which saw several secondary school students showcase their cultural dance skills. Details in this report.
Chairman of Ikpoba Oka Local Government Council, Honorable Eric Osayode, says dance is an important vehicle to propagate the culture of Edo people. Osayode disclosed these at the inaugural ceremony of the Oba Ewere Secondary School Cultural Dance Competition held in Edo State.
It is the inaugural dancing competition. It is the Ikpoba way of contributing to the complete education of an ideal student. Because Ikpoba local government area have looked at education from 3 perspectives, which have to do with the cognitive, the affective, and the psychomotor. The cultural aspect of it, we the Jews have been missing. This leads to a lot of students involving themselves in all forms of nefarious activities. The cultural competition is a way of building character It's a way of going back to where we started from. It's a way of ensuring that an Edo girl dressed according to that recommendation by the Oba of Benin.
The week-long event, which is driven towards bringing back cultural values of Edo indigents, had several schools across the State Council participate. Nine schools qualified for the finals, with Ninja College emerging overall winner of the competition.
I'm very grateful. I just want to say thank you, because I would go and give thanksgiving to God, because the first time we go for the competition we took first, the second time we took third, and today we took first again. So I'm just grateful. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one that organized this.
State Commissioner for Art and Culture Osaze Osewinge Ero lauded the initiative and stressed the need to revive the dying cultural heritage of Africa, a view corroborated by the representative of the Oba of Benin, His Royal Highness Osaigbofo Ogumbo.
This is inauguration of the competition of cultural club in secondary school. Please, let's clap for the chairman. This is a very good initiative. Mr. Chairman, you're a pace setter. You have started this, and I want to challenge other local governments to borrow a leaf from you to do this to promote our culture across the states. A few weeks ago, the ministry inaugurated cultural clubs in secondary schools across the 18 local governments, telling them what culture is all about. Because the state government believe that without culture, we don't have an identity. The state government believes so much in getting the youth involved in our culture, and not just the adults, because once we get the youth, with what we are seeing here today, we are protecting and promoting our future.
This is the beginning of discipline. And when we are disciplined, we can get everything right. Even the oil and gas we are talking about, supposed to be a blessing, but it's a curse because we are not disciplined. But with this, we are going back to the good old days, where culture promotes discipline. And when we are disciplined, everything is right.
Cultural heritage is an important aspect of the history of Nigeria, and the intricate dance patterns seen from these students shows the future holds a lot for Nigeria.
If you've just joined us, you're watching Superscreen News at 6. We'll take a short break here to bring you business news. Join us again.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are affecting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not to mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. So each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now, in business world, President Muhammadu Buhari says the implementation of the Treasury single account has stopped the pilfering of the country's treasury, with billions of naira saved from maintenance fees payable to banks. The president disclosed this in Abuja at the 17th National Productivity Day and conferment of National Productivity Order of Merit Awards. He said 200 billion naira has been saved from the elimination of ghost workers from the public service, just as his administration has made steady progress in its economic diversification drive, especially in agriculture and mining. President Buhari, who reiterated his administration's commitment to moving the nation forward, said doing so will help position the country as a force to reckon with globally. Now, the Monetary Policy Committee (MPC) of the Central Bank of Nigeria has retained interest rate at 14%, while cash reserve ratio (CRR) and liquidity ratio remained at 22.5% and 30% respectively. Announcing the committee's decision, CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele said the committee considered a hold at the moment in expectation of more clarity on the evolution of key indicators as passing of the budget, implementation of budget and implementation, farmers' herdsmen clashes, economic activity and traction in fiscal policy in 2018.
The committee was convinced that the economy needed a new impetus of increased lending by the banking system and would work with the banks to encourage deposit money banks to adopt innovative ways to accelerate credit growth, including by a reduction in the policy rate when conditions for such a decision arise. The MPC noted that at single-digit inflation and high reserve levels, the risks associated with a policy rate reduction under conditions of wavering foreign capital inflows and an unstable oil market, including other severe uncertainties, could be better managed to deliver macroeconomic stability in Nigeria. In consideration of the foregoing, therefore, the committee decided by a vote of 8 members to retain the monetary policy rate at 14% alongside all other policy parameters.
The CBN governor said the regulatory framework will be released next week, adding that the deal will be a great benefit to Nigeria, which will make the country the trade hub in West Africa. Lagos State government has promised to improve the welfare of workers in the state, saying it has increased the budgetary provision for staff housing loans from 50 million naira to 100 million naira for the purpose. A state head of service, Folashade Adeshoye, who discussed this at the ongoing ministerial briefing in Lagos, said the Staff Housing Board has disbursed loans to about 280 public servants from various ministries, departments, and agencies. Adeshoye also said that about 40 buses are in the fleet of the centralized staff buses. You're still watching Superscreen News at 6. We'll take another short break here. And when we return, we'll bring you news from the foreign scene and then sports. Join us again.